spoilers for Agatha All Along. Let's just get right into it. First of all, before we get into that, Agatha All Along is the second best Marvel MCU show to come out, hands down. Better than WandaVision. Oh man, it's better. I genuinely do believe it's better than Hawkeye, even though Hawkeye is phenomenal. It's just so good. But let's get right into some spoilers. First of all, episode 8, Agatha dies, which is like, geez Louise, what are we doing here? What are we going to do with the next episode? And I'll tell you what we do with the next episode. We get to see, how Agatha becomes Agatha. We get to see her and her son. And throughout the episode of watching her and her son interact together, I begin to start begging to myself, please do not take the son, please just let him live. And I'm like, oh, Agatha, don't do something stupid to lose him. And it's just like, when you have me actively rooting to not kill this kid and, watch him walk with death, it's just like, oh, it's heavy, man. It is just so heavy. And then we finally see that, we watch Agatha get all these different covens and she just kills them throughout the decades. And it's just, that is hands down one of the best Marvel sequences I've seen in a while. Because not only am I just like, I'm like, holy, like goodness gracious, that it's just awesome. It is so awesome and cool to see that little montage of her just wiping out witches. And you just see, why Agatha became Agatha and why she's doing the things. And her character is just so consistent throughout the entire series. Like, you understand why she acts the way she acts, And especially, here's another, like I said, it's a spoiler video, so yeah. And especially after she realizes the road is just nonsense and that Billy creates it. Oh, man, I was really hoping that Agatha was the one who created it because she wanted a way to maybe see if she could get back her son. But the fact that it's not her, and she was surprised that it even existed because Billy made it, just made, like, that whole reveal, fantastic. Just fantastic. And, like, so now, if I were to go back and rewatch it, which I definitely will at some point, it's having to watch Agatha navigate the road, having no genuine idea what she's doing because she doesn't believe, because it's not supposed to be real. Yeah, I can't believe it. And then I was a little confused at the end of episode 8 when he's like when Billy's looking at all his like things on the road, on his like shelves, and I'm like, how is he connected to all this? And then they finally revealed, I'm like, that's awesome. I mean, it is so evident that these writers genuinely care about this story, and that is why Agatha's so good. It's because it wasn't tailored to just please Marvel fans. It was just tailored to make a good freaking story. I think that's why it's so good. It's not because we're trying to please the fans with anything, because no one knew who the heck Agatha Harkness was before this. And so, honestly, that's probably the best reason why it's so good, is because they're not having to look around at the fans and say, hey, this is what you want, this is what you like. No, it's just that this is what you get because this is what we want, this is what we want. And it's, oh man, like I said, that's why it's so good. It's because it's not trying to tailor to anybody. It's just trying to tell a really good story, and it does, and all the performances are phenomenal. I mean, it's weird to say that Kathryn Hahn stole every scene she was in because it's about her, but she brought it. I mean, if she gets nominated for an Emmy, I know that's just me talking, whatever, maybe I'm blowing smoke up, but who knows? She's just really good in this series. She's just really good. And yeah, like I said, she dies, and then she becomes a ghost, and then her and Bill are like, yo, let's go find your brother. I could do an entire another season of watching Agatha just go out through the centuries and stuff, just, wiping down witches. Just, I could do that. I would watch that, because it is, that episode, or that portion of the last episode is just so good. It's phenomenal. Watching that little sequence of Agatha just wiping down witches was one of the best ones I've seen in a while. It's just so much fun. And yeah, and like I said, it's just another reason why the show works, is because it's the absolutely perfect balance of seriousness, campy fun, it just did it. It really just did it. And you know what, this is so good, I'd even buy these like, $40 steelbooks they come out with when they, release the shows on physical media. It's just so good. For no good reason is this phenomenal. 10 out of 10. 0 notes. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Anywho, that's all I got to say about Agatha. If you haven't seen it or you haven't caught up, please do yourself a favor. Go catch up on it. Agatha All Along is fantastic. Anywho, we'll see you in the next one, and have a great Halloween.